myself Niyati Chauhan, Assistant Professor at LG Institute of Engineering Technology, Department of Instrumentation and Control. Our subject is Safety Instrumented System. Unit 8 Initial System Evaluation. So let's start today's session. In today's session, we will discuss analysis of relay system. First, must assume a failure rate. Okay, and failure rate, and we can also say that MTBF of a relay. Data book will show a considerable range of data for different types of relay. We can assume 100-year MTBF for an industry relay. We must consider how many relay to include in the calculation. So let's assume there will be one relay for each input and output in the system. Let's assume relatively small interlock group, just 8 input. For example, high and low switches for pressure, temperature, level and flow, and 2 outputs, and for example 2 valve. Okay. So next we will discuss analysis of a non-redundant PLC system. What if we were to replace the relay system with a general purpose PLC? So here we are discussing for analysis of non-redundant PLC system. To be consist with the input-output count of the relay example, we can consider a PLC with one input and one output module. Do not attempt to split the calculation down to individual channel of a module, as there are usually common components on a board that could make the entire module fail. Okay, so let's assume CPU MTBF value that is equal to 10 years. Input output MTBF that is equal to 15 years CPU. Safe failure mode split 60%. Input output safe failure mode split 75%. Okay, so here we are assuming data. Next, let's now assume 90% diagnostic coverage of the CPU and 50% for the input output. The following assume that the PLC is actually manually tested yearly. PFD average is equal to lambda du and into Ti by 2. So here 1 by 10 years into 0.4 into 0.1 and into 1 upon 50 years into 2 into 0.25 into 0.5 into 1 year upon 2. So first we have a mention value of lambda du, right? And then after multiply by 1 year by 2. Okay. So CPU failure rate, dangerous failure mode split, undetected portion into input output module failure rate, quantity failure mode split, undetected portion. So here PFD average that is equal to 4.5 E minus 3. Okay. So RRF is equal to 1 upon 4.5 E minus 3. So final value that is equal to 220. Okay. So SA is equal to 1 minus 4.5 E raised to minus 3, and that is equal to 0.9955. Okay, and final answer in percentage 99.55%. Thereafter, next is analysis of TMR system. The MTBF and failure mode splits assumed for PLC are reasonable to use even for a triple modular redundant 2 out of 3 TMR system. The hardware is essentially the same, that's just more of it and with greater diagnostic capabilities. As with the PLC, TMR systems have redundant power supply which can initially be neglected in the model. For a TMR system, we can name the input module, CPU and output module together as one leg of triplicated system. This would mean if input module 1 and CPU 2 both fail, the system would fail. Some TMR systems do in fact operate this way. Thereafter, next, here we are doing calculation. Entity F Socrates is equal to 1 upon 6 into lambda into entity R. So 1 upon 6 into 1 by 10 years into 0.6 plus 1 upon 50 years into 0.75 into 2 and into 4 hours divided by 8760 hours per year. So finally we can say that 0.6 and 0.75 represent the safe failure mode split and 2 represent the quantity of the input-output module. So that is equal to 45,000 years. Okay. Let's initially assume 99% diagnostic coverage of both the CPU and input-output modules. The following assume the TMR system is actually manually tested yearly, something that also may never actually happen with some systems. So here PFD average is equal to lambda du into TI2. So here 1 by 10 years into 0.4 into 0.01 plus 1 upon 50 years into 2 into 0.25 and into 0.01 square. Okay, and into 1 year by 2. So here CPU failure rate, dangerous failure mode split, and here undetected portion plus input output module failure rate, quantity failure, then after quantity, then failure mode split and undetected portion. So first we have a written value. So here explain about formula. Then after next, PFD average is equal to 6.25 E minus 8. So RRF is equal to 1 upon 6.25 E minus 7. So final answer that is 1 crore and 60 lakhs. So SA is equal to 1 minus 6.25 E minus 7. So that is equal to 0.9999375. So final answer in percentage 99.9999375%. The calculation indicates that the TMR system would have an average time between nuisance trip of 45,000 years and a risk reduction factor exceeding 10 million. Is there such a thing as SIL? 7. Okay. So we have studied till SIL 4 and here they told about SIL 7. Then after next, TMR systems are not even certified for use in SIL 4. The IEC 61508 standard has a cautionary not essentially placing an upper limit on the level of performance that one can claim. And next is field devices. All of the modeling example above were for this logic box only. The performance required stated in standard, however, are meant to include the field devices, that is sensors and final elements. What impact, if any, will this have? Okay. Let's consider the same logic system as before, but this time with 8 input, that is we are using sensor, and 2 output and we are using valve. Imagine a pressure vessel with an inlet and outlet line. The 8 sensors could be switches to measure high and low value of pressure, temperature and level in vessel and flow to the vessel. The 2 valves could be inlet and outlet valves for the vessel. The logic could be that any sensor going into and around would call for both valves to close. This represents 8 safety instrumented function: high pressure, low pressure, high temperature, low temperature, etc. It does not matter that the valves are common to each function. Each function is designed to protect against a different hazard. Okay. For example, the vessel bursting due to high pressure, the vessel drawing a vacuum and collapsing due to low pressure, spoil patch due to the high temperature, etc. After next, each hazardous event would have an associated frequency, consequence and independent protection layer, if any. Therefore, each function would have its own SIL target, even though may all be SIL 1. So next is sample SIL design cookbook. Using the formula above and valid failure rate data for the device being considered, one could develop an SIL design cookbook. An example is shown in table 8.4. Like any cookbook, there are limitations on its use. Okay, so this is a cookbook for SIS design. So on first column, that is SIL layer, second for sensor, third for logic and fourth for final element, right? So for SIL 1, so we can use switches or transmitters, and logic, that is relay, safety, solid state and general purpose PLC and safety PLC. And final element we can use standard valve. Then for SIL 2, transmitters with comparison safety, transmitters, relay, safety, solid state and safety PLC. And final element, that is redundant valve and sample valve with partial stroking. And for SIL 3, relay, safety solid state, redundant safety PLC. Okay. And for standard, var and with partial stroking. And for SIN for CIPC 61508. Okay, so this is a simple SIS cookbook. Okay, if you have any question in this session, then you can ask me. Thank you for watching video.